Google has rolled out new guidance on their infamous core updates. Now, before you start stress eating your weight in pizza, let's break this down and figure out if Google is trying to make our lives easier or if they're just finding new ways to watch us squirm. Google's revised guidance is all about giving us some clarity, because apparently their previous cryptic advice wasn't confusing enough. They've added a bunch of sections that are supposed to help us understand what the hell is going on when our rankings take a nosedive after a core update. For instance, they've included a section called Check if there's a traffic drop in Search Console. This little gem gives us a step-by-step process to see if a core update has, in fact, smacked our website upside the head, because we really needed help noticing that our traffic just did a swan dive off a cliff. Next up, there's assessing a large drop in position, where Google basically tells us to do a deep dive into our content and make sure it's not trash, which is kind of hurtful. But they emphasize that we should focus on the pages most affected by the update, which, let's face it, is basically like patching up the holes in a sinking ship. Now let's address the elephant in the room, the tone shift. Google's previous guidance was like your mom's vague advice about how to live life alone for the first time. Their new approach, more like a drill sergeant barking orders but with a hint of empathy, because, they care about user experience. The new guidance is packed with actionable tips and advice that on the surface seem pretty helpful, telling us to focus on user-centric improvements rather than quick fixes. They even discourage content deletion unless it's an absolute last resort. The message is clear. Stop trying to game the system and start making content that people actually want to read. Groundbreaking, am I right? But here's the catch. While Google's advice is sound, it also adds a layer of complexity to our already stressful jobs. They're essentially saying, do better, but also be patient, because you might not see results for months. So while they're giving us more tools to work with, they're also setting us up for a long, anxiety-ridden waiting game. So, is Google making SEO easier or harder? The answer is, kind of. It's easier in the sense that they're finally giving us some concrete steps to follow when things go south. Harder because they're also raising the bar and making it clear that half-assed content just won't cut it anymore. In reality, what Google is doing is shifting the focus. They're pushing us to stop reacting to updates and start thinking long-term. They want us to create content that doesn't just survive the next core update, but thrives through many more to come. And that, my friends, is a tall order. But here's the thing. If you're willing to play the long game and invest in quality, user-focused content, this new guidance might actually make your life easier in the long run. No more scrambling to fix things every time Google decides to shake things up. Instead, you'll be building a solid foundation that can weather whatever algorithm storm comes your way. So while it might feel like Google is tightening the screws, they're really just trying to get us to level up. And let's be honest, some of you needed it. Are you an agency, SEO, professional, independent contractor, or small to medium business? PosiRank is your ultimate solution for SEO management. With intuitive automation tailored to your needs and A+ link building, we've got you covered. Let's boost your online presence and drive impressive ROI together. So head on over to PosiRank.com and join the community today.